Hey, everybody. It is a great day here in Georgia. Beautiful outside. And we're spending a lot of time outside nowadays because we're stuck in our houses, and as far as we can go is to the edge of the driveway. So I hope you guys are staying safe and having some opportunities to bond and build your business and take care of your kids. And that is what I spent the last month doing, and this is all part of that series about my free challenge group that I ran earlier this month. And today I want to talk to you guys about how to handle live tech issues because OMG, there were so many of them. So stick around. You're listening to Marketing Tips with Meliss podcast.
Welcome to Marketing Tips with Meliss podcast. And now your host, Meliss-Ep.
All right. Well, we are talking this week. We are part of a 3-part series. This is part 3 of 3 about my challenge group. And the challenge group was amazing. You can hear more about it in the previous 2 podcasts that I did, but there were some hiccups. There's a 5-day challenge group, so it was Monday through Friday, and on Wednesday, we had some technical difficulties with the service that I was using, the third-party service to stream live videos, where the sound went out and nobody could hear me and there was nothing I could do. And I was typing in the chat, hello, help me, somebody, the chat with the third-party service, not the chat with the people who were showing up to the live. But I was like, what's going on? And the sound went out and I was clicking around and changing my microphone settings within the third-party app. And I was changing my microphone settings on my computer and kind of freaking out. Like, I had 75 people on the live. I had over 250 comments, and then my sound went out. And I was really upset, but I had to think quickly on my toes and keep the energy high in the group. And so I shut down that third-party app, or so I thought, and then I opened up a different third-party app. I used Zoom so that I could stream into Facebook, and I went live on Zoom, and it was okay. It didn't have the high quality bells and whistles that the other one did. I was using Be Live actually, and in Be Live you can pull people's comments up and it'll show at the bottom, and you can use your logo at the top, and you can switch screens with a background, and it's really beautiful when it works, but it didn't work. And so I shut it down and I opened up Zoom and I went live in Facebook streaming through Zoom, which sometimes doesn't work for me either. So luckily on Wednesday that did work. So when I got off the live, I continued the live through Zoom. And when I got off the live and I shut everything down, I realized that Be Live was still running. Even though I shut down the tab, I hadn't stopped the broadcast. So I was going live in 2 places at the same time from 2 places in the same group at the same time. And one had much better visuals than the other, and one had no sound and one did have sound. And it was a mess because the people on the live saw that I left the first live and then would have to follow and find me in the second live by refreshing the page. And there were people who, fell through the cracks and didn't know what was going on. So there was a lot of work that had to be done after we shut down the live. My team and I had to go back and we had to tag people and say, here's part 2. And then we had to put it all in the units section together in the group. And it really made it challenging. Luckily, I was able to download them, re-edit them, and put them together, kind of glue them together for our replay page. But I had to really think on my toes. And if you lose people while you've got them engaged, they're usually gone. I was lucky that it was the 3rd day of the challenge and not the 1st day. And the people had an amazing first 2 days. So they were interested in learning more on the 3rd day. And they were looking for that part 2. But it was a disaster. And then I went back to the third-party apps and complained, like, I pay for a membership. Why is this not working? Promise me this won't happen tomorrow, because on Thursday, I was giving more value and then transitioning into doors opening for my program. And, if you're showing slides and they fail in the middle of a webinar, well, you've lost all your people and you've lost all of your money that you're going to have coming in. So it really was a big problem. So they promised me, oh, it's fine. We fixed the issue. It was a problem across the entire platform. Everyone lost sound. Fine. So I trusted them. Now we're at day 4, Thursday. And the reason why I used the third-party app and I didn't go just directly live through Facebook is because of the slides. Facebook Live lets you go live with your face or with a screen share, but not both. You can't go back and forth, at least not now, and at least not as far as I know, and at least not from the computer. So I needed to use a third-party app because I was screen sharing and I was sharing slides. And in the past with Zoom, it's like hit or miss. Sometimes I can stream into Facebook and sometimes I can't. So Thursday comes around, I go back to be live thinking it's all going to be great, right? They told me it was fixed. It's a new day. Everything's fine. I start going live. Everything is fine during the parts where I'm teaching. And then when I transition into my webinar, sure enough, the sound goes out again. It couldn't have been at a more detrimental time, but that's what happened. And the sales that I bring in from